The Kingmakers Game. Chanakya Chronicles, Part 1.
Mention the name Chanakya to any student of history, and it immediately evokes the image of an unmatched intellect, a figure synonymous with ruthless political strategy and manipulating entire kingdoms like pieces on a board. He earned this absolute authority over empires by violently dismantling the world that tried to limit him. Look at these massive brick foundations. This is the physical reality of Magadha, a vast ancient state thriving roughly 2,300 years ago. The calendar is marked for Vijayadashami. In this highly structured culture, this is the holiest and most critical day of the year for a child to be initiated into formal education. Among the crowd stepping into a prestigious guru's ashram is a young boy named Vishnugupta, accompanied by his father. He is here hoping to begin his life as a scholar. In this rigid ancient system, there is no standardized testing or open enrollment. A child's entire future trajectory and worth rely completely on the subjective judgment of religious authorities. When Vishnugupta's turn finally arrives, the presiding guru looks down at him and issues a simple instruction: present your right hand. The boy complies. The guru inspects his palm, but his routine expression of scholarly patience quickly curdles into a dark, dismissive grimace. This diagram illustrates exactly what the guru saw. The line of knowledge on the boy's palm is incomplete. It stops dead. This carries a strict spiritual verdict. The goddess of knowledge will never bless this boy. Educating him is a waste. Instead of teaching him the scriptures, the guru assigns an insulting alternative. He tells the father to take his son away to gather firewood, grind sandalwood, and prepare the sacrificial fires, a life restricted strictly to menial servitude. Hearing this absolute rejection, the surrounding crowd of elite Brahmins and accepted students breaks into a chorus of mocking laughter. According to the unbending laws of his society, his religion, and his own biology, the universe has handed down its final ruling. Vishnugupta is condemned to a life of utter insignificance. A normal child in this position would cry, look down in shame, or retreat. But Vishnugupta does none of those things. His eyes are darting, absorbing the situation, and aggressively calculating his next move. He tunes out the laughter echoing in the room. His attention locks completely onto the temple's sacred boiling fire sitting in the corner. Inside the white-hot coals, he observes a heavy, thorn-covered branch of ironwood. Without breaking his focus on the flames, he calmly asks the guru for a single moment's pause and stands up with deliberate purpose. He ignores the laughter and steps toward the fire, searching for the specific tool he needs to override the guru's judgment. Vishnugupta walks straight past the laughing scholars, heading directly into the intense heat of the hearth. He reaches his bare hand directly into the vibrating heat of the coals, grips the glowing wood, and pulls the red-hot, thorn-covered branch out. He turns back to face the crowd. The laughter instantly dies. He raises the glowing, iron-hard thorn for everyone in the room to see. Then he presses the red-hot point into his right palm and violently drags it deep through his own flesh. He is physically carving the exact path across his hand that the guru claimed he lacked. The ashram is dead silent. The only sounds in the room are the sharp hiss of extreme heat meeting moisture, followed closely by the acrid smell of burning muscle. He holds up his bleeding, charred hand to the terrified guru. He states plainly that he has provided the line of knowledge. To utter awe, he pulls the bleeding boy into an embrace, swearing aloud that this child will go on to write history. In one brutal stroke, the boy proved that destiny is not a passive gift written on your skin. It is raw material, and it can be seized through pure, uncompromising will. The physical scar on his right hand remained for life, a permanent record of the moment he chose to rewrite the rules of his existence. He took this exact childhood philosophy, forcing reality to bend to his specific design, regardless of established authority, and scaled it up to the level of global geopolitics. This towering stone pillar and immense stupa stand today as physical proof of his methods. Chanakya entirely dismantled the deeply entrenched Nanda dynasty, and out of the resulting vacuum, he engineered the Mauryan Empire from nothing. Looking at this silver punch-marked Mauryan coin, we see a direct artifact of the absolute structural and economic control he exerted over his new reality. He standardized the subcontinent to run like a tightly calculated machine. He eventually codified his methods in the Arthashastra, a sprawling historical text that remains the ultimate manual for this brand of pragmatic, calculating statecraft. The man who designed India's greatest ancient empire proved fate is merely raw material, ready to be carved by those willing to seize it.
Wisdom is found in the stillness of the mind and the patience of the heart as we study the ancient paths together.